So those three things to make it an addiction. Check on powerlessness. It takes over me without my permission, the unconsciousness. Does it cause suffering? Check. Do I deny it? Check, 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 check. Aloha, Alex here, and I've had this topic queued up for quite a while and avoiding it a bit because, can anyone relate to this? And it's really for me, but I did talk to quite a few people earlier today that admitted they had multiple addictions, like I admit that I do as well. And in that discussion, there was no one talked about the symptomatic aspect of the addictions. It was about what's behind it. And it made me think afterwards, what's the base addiction? Even in Alcoholics Anonymous, they have the selfishness, self-centeredness that we think is the root of our troubles. There's a well known that it's the self-centeredness, selfishness, okay? And there's a little bit more to it than that, but in that realm, there's something even because it applies for me. They talk about alcoholism, and I'm looking at a lot more across a wide range of addictive, and I talk about what they are. And I was thinking, the person that turned me on to so in the parentheses, this is what's the base addiction is the topic, and in parentheses I have the word unconsciousness / Dr. Jung. I was introduced to Dr. Jung's teachings through quite a few different platforms, and one of my therapists, who had an MD, had a PhD, and she had 60 years. Well, it was 50-some, close to 60 years of experience in the field, was not an addict, what we call a normie, and yet she was a Jungian therapist. She was way into it. And she had me do studying in that area about the students of Dr. Jung. I'm like, wow, this is really complicated stuff. She finally handed me the autobiography of Dr. Jung. Here's his take. I studied that, and it was also not simple. It was a lot of complicated stuff in there, but there was something that was made crystal clear through reading the autobiography for me, because I've had quite a lengthy history in doing self work, and I'm always looking to simplify it. So what am I going to do with all these different addictive expressions? Work on each one? No. What's behind all of them? Because I can go, oh, selfishness, self-centeredness. It's what is the addiction, the base addiction being that unconsciousness. And it's like, well, what is unconsciousness? In the dictionary, there's adjective and there's noun. So in the adjective, it says, just to simplify it, being unaware. Simple enough. Unaware. The way I interpret that, it's double duty, doing double duty, because I have this unawareness, and on top of it, I am in denial of the unawareness. I say, no, I am not unaware. On top of it, that's the addiction. So what is it qualified as an addiction? Is it because an addiction is powerless over it, that it just takes over me without my permission, and it causes, they say, unmanageability. It means suffering. Does it cause suffering? Some degree of pain. Check. And there's a third aspect. Is there denial? So those three things to make it an addiction. Check on powerlessness. It takes over me without my permission, the unconsciousness. Does it cause suffering? Check. Do I deny it? Check, 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 check. That is so, to qualify it as the base addiction, does it apply to each one of my symptomatic expressions of addiction? The cigarettes, well, of course, I should have started out with the alcohol because that's my drug of choice, the drugs, the sugar, the other foods, the sex, the relationships, the gambling, and go on. Okay. Is that at the bottom of each and all of them? Check. Whoa. So here's where this is headed. So the noun is that it's inaccessible. The unconscious is inaccessible to the conscious. Yet it influences the behavior. That's the noun. So on both counts, here's Dr. Jung's findings. All of his work that he did so complicated. Oh my goodness gracious. And so blessed to have all that he went through, comes to one incredible, simple, true finding. The consciousness is more, what is it in the unconscious is brought to the conscious, it becomes more powerful than the unconscious. Whoa. Once that hits as truth, all this resistance I've had for a lifetime, and I'm speaking for myself, I don't have a clue. And I forget, even when I become aware, because it's about the awareness. And no, I don't want to be aware. I'd rather just relax. I pay for that. The consequences are constantly negative and painful, and others come with. When the conscious replaces the unconscious, it's not even a, it's not even, there's not even a, it's hands down. Coming out of denial is the power. It's a gimme. More powerful. There's a reason for that. I'm not even going to go there. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter that it happens, but the explanation for it doesn't. No. Feel it. Feel it. Appreciate it. That's my only job. That gratitude. Oh my goodness. Until next time. Aloha.